Hello, everybody. This is Nas here, and welcome to the reading about your love life. If you're single or in a relationship, if you're curious to know what's coming, and if you're curious to improve your relationship to see what you can expect next, then this is going to be a timeless reading for you. So if you found this video, there is probably some messages that you can get from it. Relax, take 3 deep breaths. Take some time to get centered, to get grounded. Think about the thing that is bothering you the most and what you would like to know the most. And there are going to be 3 piles, so choose the pile that is calling you the most. So this way you will be able to get as many relevant messages as you would like to get. And I really want to thank you guys for tuning in. It means so much to me. If you're new, a really warm welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your love and support. I really appreciate it. So I will link the timestamps down below, and I see you in your pile. Everybody who chose pile number 1, this is your reading. Very warm welcome. Today we are going to be having a look at your love life and what's going on right now. And if you're in a relationship or if you're single, we are going to have a look at the energies in the nearest future. And we're going to have a look at the transition of what's going on and how you progress. What's the progress? Okay, so let's start with your cards right here. And right now you're represented by the Death in reverse. So it does look like you are resisting some change that is bound to happen. So it has to happen, whatever you're thinking about. You might be in this mentality that change is bad, or something that is happening in your life is not going the way you wanted it to go. So you think that you want to try to adjust it. It might be that your relationship is not going the way you wanted it to. It might be that you have to let go this person, and you don't really want to let them go. You don't follow this change because it does feel like something has been just shook, right? The Tower card right here, right between the Death and squeezed between the Death and the Fool card. So it does look like your relationship has been shaken, and the Fool is the breath of the fresh energy. You're sort of entering this new stage in your life where you have to take the leap of faith, because the previous reality has not been matched with your expectations. It's like something that you had to learn, and I'm sorry to tell you that it could have been quite painful, but everybody has to go through this lesson of the Tower. It is the card of spiritual awakening, and it is also the card of immense spiritual growth. Everybody learns through this experience. It might be that you've been holding on to something for so long that there was no other way to clear the surface. You have to start building from the ground up, and the Fool card does indicate the shift in your mentality, where you are more interested in building new things. But Also, it does represent this energy where you don't know what to do. It's like truly inspirational. You know, you are not obligated. You don't have any obligations. You don't have anything in particular on your mind. You feel the creative spark, but it does take some effort to make it a reality. It's just the beginning of the manifestation. The letter is here, but it's your job now to make things happen. This is just the zero. And in your environment, it can also represent your other person, or your parents, your families, probably maybe your workplace, the place where you interact. So take what resonates. It looks like the reality does require you to balance things out, to balance a lot of things, and you might be struggling to juggle the two things. It could also be a third-party situation which is revealed, and I'm not telling you something that you do not know, so this is probably something that you know. If it resonates, then this is your message. And it does also correlate with the death. You might be finding it hard to acknowledge those things. At the same time, right here we see the King of Wheels, or the King of Coins, and the Hierophant, which are representing your current situation and the current lesson that you have to go through. So it's about stability, while the environment is talking to you about the instability, about the forces that are conflicted. And you know, when the Two of Coins is upright, we see the balance being upset, but it's still a balance. You know, it's still the natural flow of things, while here it doesn't seem natural anymore. And if this is a third party situation, if this is a love triangle, you most probably know it already, because it does reflect in your inner state. And somebody could have been closing down from you because of the decision that they made. And this decision was not an easy one. I have a feeling about a third-party situation and the lack of stability, which is in your environment, and it causes you to reflect on things. And it does invite you to think about your inner strength, your inner abilities, and also your inner worth and stability. It does invite you to build things based on your reality, being very grounded, being very realistic, I would say, but also making things out of what you have rather than out of wishful thinking. Because somebody could have closed down, and it can be the result of the wrong decision or of a very hard decision to make. There wasn't enough clarity, and somebody might be closing down in order to get this clarity. This can also be something that's affecting you, and that's shifting your focus onto some fresh ways to look at the situation. This is you right here, the Fool card. We already spoke about the current situation, the meaning of the current situation. It is doing the right things and trying to organize your world in a stable way where you know where you belong. Because you would need this routine, you would need this evolved psychological state in order to cope with certain things that are coming in for you in the next maybe couple of weeks. And it looks like certain things that you expected to happen are not happening. It happens due to lack of planning. First of all, the Knight of Wands in reverse. So this guy, it can be your person. It can be he or she, depending on your situation. You were expecting a message. You could have expecting the message. I don't know your exact situation, so take it as resonates. But they're not coming through. And this disconnect between you both need some time. If this is your person, that somebody you're thinking about, you both need some time. If you're single, maybe it's not the best time to get involved with other people, because you have some pretty powerful shifts going on inside your own soul, inside your own psyche. And this probably is happening. Maybe somebody promised you something, maybe they're not delivering on their promise, and there is also lack of long-term commitment that we see here in the 10 of Cups. It might also be that the promise is delayed. Maybe somebody is being blocked in their movement, like they cannot just reach out to you physically. But also I see the lack of emotional commitment here. So don't be sad, take it as resonates. And I'm usually telling you something that you already know. So if you're experiencing this disconnect, probably it's not the best time to reach out right now. It's probably a good time to focus on what you have right now, focus on the people that you have right now, not focusing on this third party situation. It might causing you a huge upset right now because you don't see the way out, but the way out is in how things should be done. You know, you have this inner strength and inner judgment to tell you what you should be doing. And also the King of Wheels might represent another person. It can be somebody else in this situation. I don't feel it's the same person who you're thinking about. It might be a different person who holds these values of very developed stability, responsibility, and who is ready to support you. It can be another person in your love life, but I don't feel like they're involved in this triangle. They're not hurting you. They're there to teach you to value yourself and to teach you things about yourself that you probably don't even know. And going over this situation, you start paying more and more attention to the things that you have. So these are the decreasing tendencies in your love life, and it's very interesting actually. Look at that. We have the King of Wands in reverse as well. So these are that's a very interesting combination. So this is something that that's increasing and something that's decreasing at the same time. So this is a state of inner conflict. So you might be thinking that this person that has hurt you, you don't need them on a mental level, but they might still be affecting you on the emotional level. So this disconnect, you can expect that because you probably have expected a little bit more commitment from their side, but they're not coming through. This is also the indication of you maybe needing a little bit more time with yourself. So these are the fours. The fours are in reverse, the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups. So it looks like you've spent enough time contemplating about this thing. It looks like you've been needing to you've had a need to spend some time with yourself for quite a while. This thing that's happening right now is the direct result of you maybe not following through with that, not taking your rest, not paying enough attention to what you actually feel and to what you actually desire. So this might be your inner representation of like this person that is not living up to your expectations, and you start reassessing those things. It's very interesting because when you enter the next level, the next stage of your relationship or the next stage in your love life, it's very interesting because this Two of Wheels is correlating with the Two of Coins in the environment, and they both are in reverse. So what you can expect is a little bit of turbulence in the next couple of weeks. Maybe I feel like maybe 6 to 8 weeks. The turbulence is going to be increasing, and you might be expecting somebody pulling away from you. They might be this exact person. It can be actually the same person or a different person, but in a different quality. So they grow more responsible in this decision, in their decision, but at the same time pulling away a little bit more because they feel that this situation is not good for you both, guys. It does look like they are just rejecting this happiness with you because right now it's a little bit too unstable. It's not the right time. It's not the right time to take this another relationship in their life. And you might not feel very happy about it, but the timing is just bad. The person might not be willing to commit to you. They might be juggling too many things. It can be another relationship, or it can be their work as well. It can be some other responsibilities that they have to take care of. It also might be you a little bit bored of this whole situation. Let's have a look. The Hierophant in reverse. So there is still a lot of strength. It's like not knowing what to do exactly. So this is what you should be trying to focus on right now. Trying to focus on your inner guidance and trying to focus on what you know is the right thing to do. Because try to do it now, because later it will be just too hard. This situation in the environment or with your person is going to intensify, just because that person that probably does not know what to do. So somebody has to know what to do, and this somebody has to be you, because this person, your person that you're thinking about, they're just so unclear. And what you have to do is you have to find your own inner grounding, your own group of people, maybe, who you come to, who you talk to, because this is like, it gives me this feeling, this vibe that you're sort of on and off. You're on and off, because maybe you even stopped thinking about them, but they're coming back into your life, and they cause you to rethink your decision that you made. Maybe this was decision about your stability. Maybe this was decision about you moving forward. Focus on this energy, on what you wanted to change in your life, because this is going to be like an anchor for you, and it's going to be giving you some stability. Let's see if we can see some maybe long-term outcome of this situation. I see somebody coming back to you. Maybe I'm saying coming back to you, but it might be a new person or a person in the new quality. So in the long term, there is this potential of coming back together and resolving your old issues, but from a new perspective. But you have to give it time. You have to give it time and know what's right. This is also the card of a marriage. So it can be that you're involved with a married person, or it's your marriage that's been compromised. Take it as resonates. I feel sad saying this. Oof. However, do what's right. Do what you know what's right. You know what's the right thing. And after the time passes, after this whole situation passes, I urge you to remember your values, your inner values, and your inner strength. This is going to help you move forward and progress further. We also have this card, and it does remind me of a cocoon. It's from the Sacred Vision Oracle cards deck, and the name of this card is an evolution. Let me read it out for you. Rejoice, South Thread. So number 5 does intensify this number 5, the 5th arcana, the Hierophant. So this inner calling and inner strength, you know what to do. Remember that. This meaning is intensified with this card. Science tells us that we are all made of the same stuff as the stars, the stardust. Yet our physical being is just a part of our journey. The cocoon is just a stage in a caterpillar's evolution to become a butterfly, shining like a stained glass starburst in the background of our journey, reminding us that all life is sacred. Every day we take our energy from Mother Earth for life. That is our agreement with the Great Spirit. Rejoice in the magical offering of your physical being and honor your senses. Feeling is the inspiration for sacred ceremony. Do not deny the enjoyment your body experiences within the goodness of all that lives. Evil has no place here. there is a strong connotation with the Hierophant. So do pay attention to your instincts. Maybe you're that kind of person. I'm that kind of person. If something goes wrong, I know it by the reaction of my body, and I know it by just how I feel. Peace is the indicator that you're doing your things right. If you're feeling at peace, if you're feeling at home, it depends on the situation, right? One of the situations that I see here is you might feel betrayed. You might feel like your world has been shattered. So do take time to heal. Do take time to do not agree on relationships with other people just yet. Take time to process what's been happening with you if this is your situation, and do not jump out of it. Try to find the inspiration and the joy in life as it is. Try to be not overwhelmed by other people's emotions, and learn these two lessons: the stability and the inner strength and the inner guidance. So these are the messages that I received for you guys. This is the card that we had here. I will add this card to my Instagram account, and you can read its description once again. So you can find me there at Raw Intuitive with underscores between Raw and After Intuitive. I hope this was helpful, guys, and I hope this really brought some light. I feel some heavy energy and a little bit of conflicted energy. Do remember that this is just a step in your journey, and we always have the possibility of making things better with in alignment with our highest good. So do remember that, guys. I hope you liked the video. Like it. If you liked it, share it with somebody who might benefit from it. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this, and I hope to see you guys in the next reading. Bye bye. Stay blessed. Hi everybody who chose pile number 2. This is your reading for your love life, events and energies that are going to be with you within the next 21 days, maybe 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm sorry it took some time to lay out your cards, and because you have the most of the cards. So we'll have a look at your energy, at the energy of the environment or the other person, if you're not single, if you're in a relationship or situationship. We'll also have a look at what's the current stage, what energies are increasing in their influence, what energies are decreasing, and what's the next step. We also have one oracle card, and we'll talk about that as well. So let's start with your energy. Your energy is represented by the sun in reverse. It looks like you're pretty optimistic. At the same time, this optimism is sort of based on your character rather than on the events in your life. So you do find the source, the reason to be positive, even though you might not feel like the environment, maybe I would say so, even though objectively environment does not call to be optimistic, you still find the way to be optimistic. Good job, keep it up. I do have struggles with that sometimes, because you do seem to find the things, the hermit here, you do seem to find happiness within yourself and the light within yourself as well. Some things might take a little bit longer than you expected, but you still do not give up. The sun is still a beautiful card. You have this warmth within yourself. It looks like you could have been hurt a little bit burned, and you do need to spend some time on healing within yourself rather than on healing somebody else, it's first you put on the mask on yourself and then you help other people. So this is the rule for now, and do remember that, because in the environment it looks like somebody might be coming for you from the past relationship, and they do feel nostalgic about it, and I feel like this is a person from the past, and they do represent somebody who has an idea about what they want, and they feel like they can get you, which is why you might also be prone to agree to what they want, but you could have been hurt in the past with them. And this Queen of Cups does talk about this healing. So if you're thinking about an ex, they might be coming in right now or in the next couple of days or weeks. So you can expect a call, but when is Mercury retrograde? This reading is timeless, so do pay attention to those things like Mercury retrograde. So just check online when is the season. So if that's about it, then it might be that they're coming just for the temporary time period, for a short time period. So they could be a heartbreak before that. Remember that. And if you have some considerations or reservations, take it easy, give it some time. The environment, I feel like it's calling you to resolve some old issues, which is why the Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords in reverse. So when it's in reverse, I see it as the resolution of some old issues and the promise of something that you really, really wanted. Look at this guy. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. He's so happy. His face is just shining. And this is also an invitation for the celebration, because look at him, he has so many cups, they're just everywhere, and he's inviting you for this celebration. Also, the Ten of Swords, old problems, something that's been happening over and over and over and over again. And there is also a lot about cycles in this reading. So this could have been a karmic relationship, a relationship where you should have learned something. So do not resist that. If you should have learned something, then probably that's about it. So if this person is coming in for you with something new in their mind, just give it time and see how it sits with you. If it sits well, you know what's right. If it doesn't sit well, you also know what's right. So let's move into the current situation between you and the person, or you and your love life. It is about being unapologetic and knowing what's right, and maybe even denying the things that are not as good as you thought they were. I would say learning to deal with grief unapologetically. Learn this, and these are two very conflicted energies. The Knight of Swords is very fast moving, fast paced communication about what you believe in. He's serving some idea, he's serving some greater good, something bigger than himself, and he's very, very fast. So things are happening fast, and the environment might be changing. So somebody from your past coming in very fast, they want to dig to the truth. It's like if you notice that he's running away from this Five of Cups energy. So it can be you have to know how to deal with grief, and you have to run away from it. It's you processed it. Don't take longer than it takes. And what I mean by that is that sometimes, for example, something is bad in our life, or something that we don't want to happen is happening, and we start listening to sad music. We start talking to people who support our grief in a way that, oh, you poor thing, this kind of disempowering energy that somebody gives us just because they don't know what to say or how to support you better. So they start just increasing this pettiness in your life, and just like, oh, this didn't work, oh, you poor thing. You probably don't need that. You probably need to know what you're fighting for and how to go about it, more than somebody else somebody who is stimulating your sadness. So the things that are increasing, that are picking up in your life, what I see is you're going through some kind of transformation, and this is a great card, death. It's about death and rebirth, because here you see there is sun. The sun is rising, and this is the necessary transformation that you needed. It will be clarifying. It's also a very spiritual card, so it can be something that is correlated with the Knight of Swords, because you are serving the truth and you know what's truly important, and also you're fighting for it. And this transformation, it looks to me like it's about letting go of the full control of the situation and letting go of purely logical arguments and purely logical take on the world. So it looks like your worldview is changing and you start exploring new things. This can also be communication coming in. So if you've been waiting for something to change, if you've been waiting for somebody to reach out to you, this can be very, very subtle. It can also be online. It can be that they just research something about you online, that they're checking you on social media, that they are they stop controlling themselves as much, and probably they thought to themselves, okay, I'm going to do this and that, this is the plan, I'm following it. But they sort of let go of this desire to control everything, and they are ready to change, and they're ready to start looking for new ways. And he's fighting for the truth, but he's also he's not the King of Swords, he's just the Page of Swords. So, and he's prone to follow his emotions as well. So this person that you're thinking about is probably going to reach out. It probably won't be like a big move on the surface level, but inside this is a huge transformation from them, indicated by these two cards: letting go of control and evolving, transforming. So the energies that are decreasing in your life, and the energies that are having less and less effect on you, like, first of all, it looks like you've learned your lesson. The Wheel of Fortune upright, the lesson has been learned, something that you had to learn with this person. It might be about finding your own inner truth. I have a feeling that you're this kind of a person who won't be sad about certain things for too long. Maybe, I feel like maybe you're naturally prone to see value in fast healing, that you're generally a very positive person, and you've learned your lesson within your love life, within your love situation, maybe with this person who's coming in, somebody who could have had high value for you, or who could have had high importance or influence in your life. Their influence is decreasing, as well as being purely logical is decreasing. I have this feeling about the King of Swords and the Emperor being connected. The King of Swords is like the airy, fiery energy, so you do let go of this passionate, logical thinking or overthinking, or somebody who is on the other side, your person, is letting go of this energy. So here we see the broken heart. Maybe this was a third party situation. The broken heart caused by indecision, and this decision that was made by the other person, or the indecision, they could have been like maybe dating online or being on Tinder. You could have tried to approach them again and again and again, and they just wouldn't give you a chance, or vice versa. And this situation seemed to be getting resolved, and the energy of the situation is getting forgotten, I would like to say. So these long-term issues are being replaced by something else, something better. This is very different. You see, even the color scheme of the cards are very different. This is very dark, and this is quite bright. And let's look at the next stage in this development, how we can expect the situation to develop further on. So I see somebody being firm in their decision and maybe not letting go another person in. So the energy is sort of getting withdrawn from the situation. And it's also very interesting because the cycle seems to be repeating again, but I'm not sure if you want it. I'm not sure if you want it. I don't feel like you want it. Let's pull some other cards. I don't feel like you want it because the Death is in reverse and the King of Wands is in reverse and the Seven of Cups is in reverse. So it feels to me that the decision has been set, and even though this person might be coming in back into your life, you've learned your lesson. It's very interesting how many Death cards you have here, and Death is stands for evolution, transformation, and not for death. So it does look like this another person who are you involved with might be dragging you back, or like causing you some anxiety in the short term. In the next couple of weeks, they might be just the next stage. If you go with this person, it's probably going to be a little bit manipulative, I would like to say. So they know their way around you. They know their way around you. But you do know your way around yourself as well. So beware of that. You're doing really good. You're doing great with the evolutionary stage of your development. You're doing really great with the change. And you might want to do some research. But there is a warning here. Getting back together, if this is your ex, can be not the greatest option that you might think of. Let's clarify the King of Wands in reverse. A lot of court cards might indicate a lot of people that are surrounding your situation. Also, this Seven of Cups in reverse, somebody could have been trapped. You know, it's also like flipping. The energy is flipping. It's like on and off, on and off. So this heartbreak that's been caused by somebody not making the choice in the right time, it still might not be the right time, you know. Take your time to research. Take your time to do the research. And maybe if these are different people, you can be making the wrong choice, or they might be dragging you back. The wrong choice might be dragging you back to see if you learned the lesson. And this is not to hurt you. This is not to make you feel bad about yourself, but this is to teach you to process grief and make the right decision. It can be the time to make a decision based on, I would say, let go of control and stop like, you know, logically building your reality because of this is what you want to see in your life. But at the same time, check yourself for your feelings, because, you know, I often feel that our emotions are interpreted in wrong ways. So real love should feel safe. Real love should feel like you're being cared of. It's not about being triggered all the time. So if this is your lesson, maybe you have to go through it. Maybe you have to reason through it for yourself. But think about it. Like when you fall in love, it's very unconscious. So it does talk about our internal processes and the emotions that have to be healed. So somebody is not willing to invest. The King of Wands is just not able to invest. It can be you, it can be the other person. But who this person is somebody with the fiery energy. Any fire signs, the zodiac signs, Aries. It can be in Aries, it can be Leo, it can be Sagittarius. So somebody with the fiery energy, it can be female or male. They do not have genders, but somebody with the energy that looked like it was very balanced and it was very under control. Now it goes out of control, and the person does not want to invest in your relationship anymore. And it might be hurting you. So do remember that real love should feel safe. Real love should feel harmonious. If you keep flipping, if the lesson keeps coming up in your life, it might mean that you have not digested it yet. So it can be the right time to digest the lesson. Ten of Cups, the promise of the long term. Look, the promise of the long-term love and commitment have been destroyed by somebody or just some process in your life. And this is like a call for action as well, the Tower. It's also the card of spiritual awakening of some place where you didn't want to go through this death lesson and learn the transformation naturally. So if you don't learn the lesson, it will happen anyway. It will destroy your illusion of happiness with the person who does not feel the same way about you. So be aware of that. Be aware of people who want to manipulate you and who know how to make you do what they want, because this lesson keeps coming up. The Five of Cups. Let go of the things that are not serving you anymore. If something is not fun, if something does not bring you joy and does not have the long-term potential, just let go. I'm saying just. It can be hard. You have to try. You have to at least try to do that. The card is harmony. There are many broken things, but there is still beauty in it, and this is very natural. This is just as natural. Number 3. Sound such as the Big Bang is simply the movement of air, equivalent to breathing, an act of giving life. Creation. A handmade flute, a rattle with crystals, a sacred pipe and drum, nature's voice expressed through human instruments. Music rings the bell in your heart. It opens you to movement and joy. You are in transformation through creativity. Find the secret of meditation and inner harmony by being in alert stillness. I will put the photo of this card in my Instagram account, so you can see and can read it, can reread it, save it, and hopefully it will be helpful for you for the next stage of your love life. Overall, I see a lot of evolution, and you seem to keep up the good spirit. Just beware of the mental patterns that you have. I have a feeling if you have a person in mind, and it might be the ex, they will be coming to you. Just this reading is timeless, as I said, but check if it's Mercury retrograde. It can be just a temporal shift in their mood. They might not be serious, so do your research. Do not resist the change. You need to learn some kind of a lesson in this relationship. If it's the lesson of grief and of letting go, it's better to let go. You deserve a lot of things. Remember that. You deserve a person who invests in a relationship as much as you do. The person that you might be thinking about right now might not be a good match for you. It might cause you to relapse into old patterns, into old anxieties, into old hurt feelings. Do take time with yourself. Okay? I hope you're feeling all right. I hope you liked the reading. So like the reading if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel for more videos like this one. I try to upload every week. Follow me on Instagram at rawintuitive with underscores between raw and intuitive and after the intuitive. Also share the video with somebody who you think might benefit from it. I really appreciate your help and support. And I see you guys in the next reading. Bye. Hi everybody who chose pile number 3. This is your reading about the love life and what you can expect in the very short term, whether you're single or in a relationship, like within 3 weeks to 8 weeks, I would say. So 3 weeks will be the short term and 8 weeks will be the long term that we are looking at. This is a timeless reading, so do remember that energy is super fluid and things might be changing on what you or your person does. So, and also do remember to take what resonates, because this is just a general reading. Some things might be for you, and other things might be for other people. So take these messages as they resonate. Let's go. We'll have a look at your energy, at the energy of your environment and your person, and also at the meaning of the current stage, what's increasing in this situation, what are the energies that are coming in that are getting more important, and the energies that are getting less important, and also at the next stage, that what you can expect in answering your question or something that you had in mind. Okay, so let's go. Let's start with your card. You seem to be having a lot of options in your life, in your love life in particular, and something seems to be really, really tempting. I feel like it might be in your relationship, or a relationship with a karmic partner, with somebody that you're on and off sort of a thing, or it can be that you're still single and are looking for other options, like seeing what you can observe, and it looks to you you're attracted to somebody, probably very much physically, to somebody that you met probably recently, and you feel like you found it. You feel like you found the gem, you feel like you have found something that you've been looking for. But there is also this time sensitivity in this situation, so you don't want to miss it. You really don't want to miss it. At the same time, you feel very tempted, very attracted, but you don't know what to do. And it can be that you just have a lot of options, and you might feel like there are a lot of options, but you don't know what to choose from. It's very interesting because the environment, you might be working from home, it might be a lot of people connected through the internet, a lot of people communicating with each other distantly, remotely, and everything seems to be connected in your situation, in your case. At the same time, it looks like there is some negative influence, like logical and cutthroat kind of, but in an emotional way. It's as if somebody is either too rude or too cruel, or like emotionally manipulative, something like that. This kind of a vibe. Maybe you're working in a company that has toxic, I would say this word is toxic, relationship, or somebody who does not have strong boundaries, or you have troubles building strong boundaries, and this all happens very fast and through communication. So it can be really that you're looking for love online, and somebody might be either not having good boundaries, or somebody might be prompting you to take your boundaries down. So take it as resonates. You know what's right. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. So let's move into the current situation and what's happening right now. There is a lot of impatience, at the same time indecision coming from this situation. It's very much related to your mental state right now. You seem to have a lot of options. You don't know what to decide, and it's like a slow burn. The situation that you're in, you're feeling, your mental state is in the 7 of emotions. It is like very time sensitive, but you are called to learn how to be patient, and conquer this indecision mindset. So your decisions are coming from your mental state, right? So here you're very impatient. You don't know what to choose. You sort of expect results very fast, but it is the slow burn. It's the slow burn, and you do have to learn to deal with that. It's crucially important for this stage in your life that you have right now. So what are the tendencies that we can see increasing in your love life? 9 of Cups in reverse, 10 of Coins in reverse, and 4 of Swords upright. It gives me this vibe that you've been either too much focused on yourself and not focusing on other people, or this energy is just increasing over time for you. You might feel a little bit isolated in your enjoyment, and you might a little bit overindulge in certain things, maybe a little bit too much drinking or going out or having fun a little bit too much, or just impatience in achieving whatever you want. So this impatience is indeed growing. So you feel like you don't have enough time. You're not focusing on the long term. You're focusing on the short-term results, short-term gains. And maybe these temptations in your environment, they are related to some kind of a bad habit for you. You can be surrounding yourself with people who are, well, do not provide you the soul connection, who are a little bit might be destructive for your ego. They might be strengthening your ego. There is a call for you to get a little bit of insight. If you are extroverted naturally, it might be the needed calm for you to chill a little bit, to get to know yourself a little bit better. If you're introverted, you might have been exploiting your ability to go out, see people a little bit, so you might need some time to rest. This is your very natural state in this case, so take it as resonates. I see that the commitments are just not coming through at this period of time, so don't get scared if you want a committed relationship, but it's just not happening as fast as you want it to. So the decrease in tendencies, I see you actually like overcoming some kind of despair, maybe the star in reverse, and overcoming it's been maybe a tough a couple of weeks or maybe a couple of months in your motivation. So right now something is coming through and you feel like you need to do something. You're sort of impatient of come out of this situation where you didn't know what to do exactly, you didn't feel overly motivated, and the opportunities just didn't seem to click. Maybe this is why you start to get into your like a little bit bad habit, not eating too well, drinking maybe a little bit too much, not thinking about the long term. But some things were not clear. You had some optimism, but it was a little bit forced. I feel it wasn't like from the environment, and it was sort of a little bit not natural. So you had to go through certain things with other people where things were not clear, good but not clear. You didn't know how to proceed with them. Things were not long term. So it can be related to delayed healing, or to, I don't see any person coming in very strong. I see a lot of choices, a lot of options, but it's sort of a little bit inconsistent. Maybe it's the situation in your current relationship where you want to sort things out. Just try to be patient and know that better things are definitely coming. Try to be excited about them. There is a warning about giving into your temptations too much. Do things that are good for you in the long term, and do use this time to self-reflect. The next stage that you are entering into is a lot about self-reflection, a lot about things that make you happy, make you learn better. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. So this is the energy focused on yourself. It's less about competing with others and less about trying to show yourself for others. So this energy of conflict is coming down. So it can be the inner conflict that you had, or the inner conflict that you're about to have. So take it as resonates, but something that had to be processed, something that you had to prove for yourself is gaining its actuality. At the same time, this is your own fight, this is something that you have to prove for yourself and not for other people. Although other people can be very supportive in your situation, in your love life, and this can be a group of friends. Of course, it can be a third-party situation, and I'm not telling you something that you don't know. If this is a third-party situation, you either have an understanding of it or a feeling of it, and you might be on like the choosing side. But the conflict here, the conflict energy here, is more internal. You don't have anything to prove to other people. It's just for yourself, and understanding what makes you happy in particular, what makes you excited in particular. It's not about anybody else. Let's add some cards to clarify the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So it's about some thoughts that make you anxious. It's about some mental process that is probably also related to the Nine of Cups in reverse, your desire not being fulfilled as fast as you wanted to. So some anxiety related to the situation. You want to let go of this. You want to let go of this mindset. You don't want to be clinging onto something that's not bringing you fulfillment. It can also be some sort of a situation. It can be some sort of a relationship that you thought it would be one thing, but it turns out to be another thing. Exactly. This is about the Nine of Cups in reverse. You are called to explore this. You will be prompted to learn new things about yourself and about what really makes you happy, indeed. And this is just the competition with yourself, not with anybody else. It's about showing yourself some compassion, some love, the Queen of Cups. Show yourself some nice attitude. She's the master healer, so this is about healing situations. If you had some unnecessary conflict going on, this is a good way to marry the two. Let's ask about the long-term potential of the situation that you're thinking about. If this is just a situationship, I have a feeling it's been some maybe online connection that you had with somebody you met online, or with somebody you met just briefly, and you had one expectation, but it turned out to be not as good as you thought it would be. And maybe let's clarify the Ten of Pentacles in reverse and do some long-term thinking. What's the indication for the long term? Maybe you're not interested in the long term. I have a feeling you're maybe thinking about short term and sort of like curious about how it all can play out. It's about clouded thinking. It's about somebody who you think should come out will not come out because it's maybe too much for them. It's too many. It feels like too much of a responsibility for them, too many responsibilities in their life maybe. This is why they're not coming out. This is not about you. It's about your own healing and your own happiness. It's not about anybody else. It's only about you. So what's this desire that you had that is not playing out? Let's clarify the Nine of Cups in reverse. You still do have a lot of inner strength, the Hierophant. You wanted things to play out maybe in certain ways that you think is right, but you have to be patient. It might happen. Things that you want might happen. It just will take some time and some healing. So Temperance is talking to the Queen of Cups right here. They have like very nice, soft energy, but the Queen of Cups might be used just impersonated. And if certain things are not working out right now, it doesn't mean that they will never work out. Just give things time and take care of yourself. Pay attention to your friend group. If your friends are, on one hand, they might be causing you to overindulge into things. Just, it's important to understand what you actually want and have some patience. The oracle card that we have is Passion. I will link my Instagram profile in the description box, and you will be able to see this card and read it for yourself, maybe if you want to see it once again. And it's very interesting. It's number 21, boils down to three of wands we have here, and the Three of Cups are intensified in their meanings. So friend group, your actual friend group, which help you grow, which help you develop, and also this impatience aspect is also intensified by this card. When you're down, look up. Take time to appreciate and enjoy the sweetness of life. Light the fires of passion in your belly and in your heart. When you are down, you might have to look up for inspiration. You may have to look at your life in a new way and make some sacrifices to gain the treasures that are waiting for you. Are you holding yourself back? Sing and chant and listen to the music of nature. Heal your negative feelings. Remember that in the darkest night, you can see the most stars. The bright scarlet of the macaw burns brightly from a black landscape. Like her, you are always in a state of becoming, and at times it will feel as if your path is completely obstructed. But fear not. Your journey is one of spirit, and the light of your heart's desires can always guide the way. Remember that you are very strong and have all you need to see your journey to its end, even when your trail winds through mysterious landscape. Embrace the life of a wanderer, finding oceans of joy and the unknown path to the next horizon. Find a different kind of security that is deep within your heart, in a place of peace and well-being. It is the treasure of your hero's journey. Okay guys, so I will just make a quick summary. I feel like you have a lot of options on your plate. Some of them might not play out as you want to. Just don't be impatient with yourself. Remember your self-worth. It's a slow burn, it's a process. Finding a partner is a process. If you're in a relationship, you might not see the results that you want as fast as you want, but remember that the communication will be the key here. You're connected to first yourself, and through yourself to the outer world. Your friend group might be of great support. Focus on your healing, on your emotional life. You're in competition with no one but yourself. Remember to not take too many responsibilities for yourself in the long term. It might cause the downfall of the good things that you're trying to achieve. Take this time to self-reflect, to meditate. There is still enough time to do that. But I overall see you overcoming the energy of despair, lack of motivation, and the lack of clarity in this overall situation in your love life. So guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed it, and give the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I'm so grateful to see new people here and to see the returning subscribers as well. This is just beautiful. Share the video if you find that it could be helpful for somebody else, so the messages reach more people. And on this note guys, I wish you all luck and stay blessed, and I see you all in the next reading. Bye.